Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Please forgive me now, there will most likely be mispronunciations in this video. It was in the spring of 1603 France when a 13-year-old boy named Jean Grenier was tried for being a werewolf. In his writings in 1612, Pierre de Lancret states that Grenier had possessed glittering, deep-set eyes, long black fingernails, and sharp protruding teeth. According to the jurist's accounts with Grenier admitted to being a werewolf without needing to be tortured, and was boasting about his werewolf adventures before being caught. He was caught after trying to attack a 13-year-old girl named Marguerite Poirier. Marguerite was tending to her sheep when she saw Jean run into the forest and come back out as a wolf. She described it as a smaller than normal wolves with red fur and a stump for a tail. She beat him off with a stick. He retreated a little away, sat on his haunches, and growled at her, ready to spring once again, but Marguerite managed to escape. He was known around town for being mentally deficient, and had confessed to having eaten some missing children and having attacked Marguerite. When his confessions were found to be no more than vivid imaginations of a disordered mind, Jean changed his story a little to implicate people he knew, whom he claimed were also werewolves. That included his father and a couple of neighbors. They were arrested and imprisoned. A thorough search was made of Grenier's household in order to discover the magic salve they would use, but nothing was found. Jean's father was then tortured. In the end, he confessed to having been indeed a werewolf, and approached several little girls. However, instead of trying to eat them, he just played with them. Today, this might have led some people to believe that the older man was a pedophile who was attracted to small female children, and that his teenage son shared some of these fantasies. But when he was tortured again, Jean's father recanted his crimes which he had confessed. Jean was brought before the courts of Coutras in June 1603 and was sentenced to be hanged. However, the following September, the case was received by the Parliament of Bordeaux under the chairmanship of Pierre de Lancret. Jean again told his story about becoming a werewolf, adding new embellishments and seeking to implicate those who had turned against him. He told the court that as an 11-year-old child, he was taken into the woodlands close to his home by one of his neighbors in order to meet the master of the forest. It was there where the master, who was assumed to be the devil, scratched him with a long fingernail, leaving a distinct mark, and gave him a magic salve and wolfskin cloak he needed in order to shapeshift. The transformation would only last an hour during certain days of the week. He further confessed that while he was in his wolf form, he had entered a house in the village, dragged a baby from its cradle, and devoured it. He fed the rest of the child to a wolf he had encountered afterwards. Sometime after the baby incident, he attacked and killed a young girl in a black dress who was looking after some sheep in a field. 2 months earlier than that, he attacked and almost completely eaten a small boy who was playing in a large yard. 6 weeks earlier than that, he mauled and devoured another small child who was crossing a bridge. He also claimed to have fought several dogs, killing all except one, whose owner had appeared and driven him off with a rapier. He declared that he was secretly the son of a priest, and that was why the master of the forest had approached him, for back then, it was believed that sons of priests would turn into werewolves. Later on, he contradicted himself, and said his supposed illegitimacy and his priestly connections had given him special powers, which included being able to transform into an animal. His real father was caught and tortured once again, acknowledging that Jean was indeed his own child. Along with his mental instability, Jean had a hard life. His mother had died and his father remarried. Jean and his stepmother didn't get along because she found him strange and sometimes frightening. His father would eventually put him out of the house, forcing him to wander the countryside seeking food. The boy tried to work but was unreliable, so few would employ him. He had a very vivid imagination, and during his travels would terrorize small children with his tales of being a werewolf and devil worship. Now, during my research, there were 2 verdicts about the claims he had made about the baby, girl in the black dress, boy in the yard, and child crossing the bridge. One book made claim that the court found no records of any such children having disappeared, while another book stated that they were all able to pinpoint the missing children that he claimed to have attacked. Either way, his father was eventually dismissed without charge. Although he was sentenced to be hanged and burnt, The senior court resigned the punishment in declaring him simply a disturbed boy and decreed that he would live the rest of his life as a prisoner in a Christian monastery. 7 years after his confinement in 1610, Pierre de Lancret visited Jean. He found him gaunt and in a wild state, still talking about wolves, acting like one several times during the visit, agilely springing about the room on all fours. He died at the age of 20, in captivity, soon after de Lancret's visit. What do you think? Did you like this video? Want to support this channel? Feel free to check out my Patreon page where I create content on cryptid hauntings, alien abductions, serious killers, and much more. Can't support me there? Like, comment, and subscribe here.